Hello and welcome back to the Time to Shine talk show. This is your host Ruxar Sayed, and today I'm in conversation with a dynamic personality, Palak Trivedi, who is a dedicated educator in Abu Dhabi. Welcome, Palak, on my show, and I'm glad to connect with you today on this platform.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for providing this platform, and it's my pleasure.
So, Palak, you are in a profession which I'm in love with this profession, and I myself am an educator. So, I wanted to ask you this very first question: that what inspired and what motivated you to become an educator?
There is an interesting story behind this. It's a saying like, when you become a mother, you become a teacher.
Yes.
I developed my love for teaching because of my son. Like, when he was in kindergarten,
Hmm.
I used to, take special interest in his activities, then parent engagement activities, like his overall
Yes.
academics and everything. And gradually I understood that my child needs little more than the other
Mhm.
children. That was the very first thing, which as a mother I noticed. And it was really very hard for me to convince my husband that he needs little extra than the other children. He started speaking as well very late. At the age of 4 he started talking, and that was a big challenge for me that time, because he was just expressing through the gestures, or he will just point out the things. And like, it was only me who was able to understand him. If he wants something, he will make a sound, or he will point out, he will take me to that place and he will show me. And I used to understand that okay, he wants this. But everybody others were not able to understand him. And that was really frustrating for my child as well, because like, he wanted to be a happy child, but then he is not able to explain to everybody, like, what he wants. So people had started calling me as a translator, because wherever my son is, like, I have to be there with him. Otherwise, he will be like, very frustrated around people, because nobody is able to understand him that time. uh, it took a little bit of time for me as well to accept it. And of course, in the school, when your child is going, teachers will be there and everybody. Then they will call us and they will tell that something is wrong with your child. This, but as a parent, not only for me, everybody, for each and every parent, it is very difficult to accept this. But we, like, took a step that no, we have to accept this. So then we had done his we gone for his assessment. And that's where we came to know that my child is a different child. Like, he falls under autism spectrum. And autism spectrum is it's a vast. So there are many categories in this. So difficult to judge. And I can say very difficult to see exactly where your child falls. And there are lots, that is lots in this. Like, there are so many therapies and all, which we have to do for our children, like, all the children who falls under this category. And it really helps. After that, I have seen it has helped my child a lot.
Yes, therapies they do help. They do bring a change, in autistic children. And here, like in today's era, there are around out of 10, one will be an autistic child. So it is not. I
Yes,
think it is my opinion. It is not a reason to worry or be like that. We are standing out of the crowd or we are alone. There are many parents who are struggling. But the good news, the good thing is that we can manage it by therapies and
exactly.
by training sessions. So it is manageable. So this is the most positive thing which we can you know yeah, no.
Yes, I like, I wanted to help him in his overall development.
Hmm.
And I have witnessed all the struggles that he had to go through, and still he is going through the struggles.
Hmm. Hmm.
I remember, like, during one of the parent teacher meeting, I was asked by KG head, like, when my son was in the school in
Hmm.
KG1 and sorry, in KG2, that you like to work along with children. Like, then I said, yeah, I do love to work. along with children, because in India I had worked as a teacher for around 1.5 years. So I said, yeah, I do love to. And that's where I got an offer that, would you like to join our organization, working with the tiny tots. Then I said, yeah, why not? If I'm getting an opportunity to work, I would love to. So the next day I went and I gave my CV. And just after 4 days, I received a call from school that could you please come for an interview? And I said, yeah, I will. And I went, and the KG had knew me already because I was a very active parent. So she was like, there is no need for an interview as well. Like, let's just go and meet our principal sir, and you can just join from tomorrow itself. So, it was like a very quick, uh, yeah, it was really very quick. And my son is the one, who brought me into this profession actually. That time I joined as an assistant teacher, but that was not all. I kept upgrading myself, and still I am upgrading myself. There is a saying, right, that learning never stops at any age. And now finally I'm working as a mother teacher.
Yeah, we have to upgrade our knowledge, being a teacher. Like we don't have to stop at
Exactly.
one place. So, yeah. So, Palak, moving to next question, can you share some memorable teaching, experience that had a profound impact on your students and on yourself as well?
uh Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can you share that memorable experience, of teaching that had a profound impact on students and on yourself as well, that remember that moment uh, very deeply, while teaching,
Mm.
that moment which has changed, yourself a bit?
I'm working with the age group, like they are like they are like clay,
Yes, yes,
like
yes.
I'm working with like 5 6 years old, 4 to 6 years old children, and they are like
Mm-hmm.
clay. You can mold them the way
Mold
you
them in
want.
any.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is, whatever teacher says, they will do, I get messages and I get calls from parents saying that,
Hmm.
teacher, if you say this, he will do. Teacher, if you say this, she will do. Because
Yes, yes.
she will only listen to you. She says, no, my teacher has said do it this way, so I will follow this only,
Same way, yes.
so yeah, so like every day when I'm going to the class, like I see them. They welcome me with their beautiful smiling faces, and they just want to come near me and share what they did yesterday, what they ate,
Mm-hmm.
how they spent their weekend, and
Wonderful, yes.
everything. So every days we are creating new memories, and teaching is like, with these children, you cannot just go on giving them the lectures that this is the way we'll do, this is the way we
Yes,
will do,
yes.
this is how we will do. So it has to be like a playway method. That's what in kindergarten we all teachers we
Mm.
will use this playway method, where there is a lot of dance, music, and there are a lot of movements,
Hmm.
like concepts we teach them through playing games
Activities
also.
and all.
Yes, a lot of hands-on activities,
Yes.
and like singing is there, and role plays are there. So these all things, like every day we are doing this, and
Yes.
so lots of memories. We create lots of memories each and every day.
That's really great. So, what
Yes.
advice would you like to give to aspiring educators who are just starting their careers in education, who want to start their career, want to become a teacher, and want to grow in this field? What is your advice to them?
See, for me, it is like like as I said, like like when you become a mother, you become a teacher. So
Yes.
same like male teacher, when you become a father, you too become a teacher, right, to your child. And when you want
Mm-hmm.
to be in this profession, because teaching is the most noble profession, right?
Most strongly, yes.
Yeah. And everybody says that, right, that teacher, I mean, why we celebrate teachers day, that is there, like we are giving respect to our teachers and everything.
Exactly.
And with the teaching profession, only other professions are getting developed,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You get.
yes.
So like if anybody wants to enter this field, first thing is they have to uh, be happy themselves first of all, because if you are not happy, then definitely you will not be delivering that happiness in your classroom, or also in
Understood.
the environment around yourself. Because
Yes, that also
when you enter the
matters.
class,
a
Yes,
lot,
when
you
you
know.
enter the
Yes,
class, like you have to face 25, 25 to 30 children, and all are waiting for you eagerly that, today what my teacher has brought something new for me.
understood. Yes,
Yes,
that's
so
really great.
every day is a learning. I believe every day is a learning. You learn a lot of things from your children, from your colleagues, and from everybody around you when you enter a school. And apart from that, there are lots of things which you can do, like, think what new activities you can plan, which will make them more enthusiastic to learn and to, get that interest. Like some subjects they feel it's very boring, like I don't want to learn this, I like this subject, I like that subject. So how you can bring in new ideas, new activities which will help them to build their interest in learning that
That's
particular
true. That's
thing.
true. Every time we have to keep our children engaged in some or the
Exactly.
other activity so that they will develop that interest to learn. And
True.
we are, learning from our students as well. That is the true fact.
Exactly.
Like, because they are the most, the natural human being. Whatever they express, that is true. Not that they are pretending to be someone else because they are kids. They are the,
uh,
we
I
can learn
can't
a lot
hear
from
you,
them.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Your voice is not audible.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Yeah, yeah, now it is fine, now it is fine.
Okay. Okay. So, Palak, my next question is that in a rapidly changing world, how do you believe education can prepare students for challenges and opportunities of the future? You know,
Thriving in today's fast, challenging world requires a lots of skills that are rooted in academic competencies, and strengthening the social, emotional competencies, which includes a lot of cooperation and sense of responsibility. I would say empathy, self-control, teamwork, which is very important, assertiveness, and the most important, what I feel, is inclusivity. Nowadays we see that somewhere that inclusivity is really missing. Like, like you have a child in your class who is little special, so the children try to avoid that child. Why? Because maybe they are not able to understand what the child wants to say, even though we make that child a part of that group, but that child is neglected. So as an educators, we are taking utmost care that all these responsibilities, each and every child should take it up, whichever age it is, like young age, and maybe in the middle, they are teenagers, or when they are grown ups. So this, what I feel, will definitely provide some better opportunities in future. Also, combining the social emotional skills with academic abilities can help, strengthening the streamline of students path, like where they want to grow and where they want to be in future. We can say the art of learning is an ongoing process. Every day you learn different thing, every day you learn
yes,
something
yes,
new,
yes. And
and
if the things
learning,
are
that's how it
repeated,
goes on.
yeah, if the things are repeated, we lost the interest to learn. If it is
Yes.
delivered in a boring way or non-interactive way, then students or pupils will not develop that interest to learn as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct, that's correct.
yeah. So, Palak,
I feel that, yeah, I feel that,
yeah.
like, technology and everything should be combined, like online face to face communication platform should be
Mm-hmm.
definitely provided to small students
Hybrid
as well
learning
as the
methods, you are mean to say.
adults. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it will help to showcase their creativity, and students,
Yes,
like
yes.
we can just give them some small projects which can make them feel, think like, they are the innovators.
Yes, exactly.
A very small thing also, but they will feel so proud of themselves that, see, this is something what I had been given, and I have
Yes.
found out all these things. They feel themselves as an innovators.
Yes, yes. Palak, you said it rightly that the method of rewarding students is the
Yes.
most effective method. It will help them to grow. It will help them to learn faster because
Yeah.
the more we reward, that's why schools in UAE, they mostly, include competitions or
Correct.
they like various competitions, essay competition or handwriting
Yes.
competition or, debates, for students
Yes.
to reward them more and more. to help them grow, the more we tell that no, you are good, you have so many talents in you, you have to
Yes.
cultivate a habit of learning more and more to shape up this kind of talent. So this is the most
Correct.
effective method we are helping students. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Palak,
in our
yes, yes,
class, like, regular class also, like, we have competitions in the class itself, like speaking competitions. So, there are many children who are shy. They might speak everything when they are at home. They are familiar with their family members and all. But when it comes to speak around, people,
yes.
even if they are own classmates, they feel little hesitating. So, like, we educators have to give them a that little push is required from our end, even if they speak a one word or one line or two line, or even if they just come and stand, because they are facing a lot of teachers, students. So, that pat is required, and that's what we all have to do.
I like the last question of the show is, and I'm very excited to know our viewers as well, that what are your future projects and what are your plans, the upcoming projects, or what are you involved in?
As I said that, I was not actually into this profession in
Hmm.
back at my home country. I had just joined it because I wanted to take the experience of teaching. That is how I had joined it over there.
Hmm.
After coming over here, I said I was working with my husband in an admin, as in, in admin, and my son is the reason for me, who brought me into this profession. And believe me, I'm enjoying it like anything. And my future goals, like, we all know that education is very important these days, and especially for girls. Like, we want girls to become independent, right? So the basic education is very important, and still we see in many places, these things are not still planned. Like, in the villages, or you see in many areas, these things are still not inculcated, that proper, uh, boys, yes, yes, boys have to go to school. Girls, why they have to go to school? Like, they just have to take care of home and children. So what's the point in educating them? Maybe certain level, like maybe till grade 5 6, they educate them, and then they say that it's fine. But no, for me, my future plan, like, I want to bring this awareness of, how important education is in this world, and how it is going to help you in future. And let's see if this works out. I have a plan to join any NGO, where I can educate children, everybody, where why education is important. I want to join somewhere. If I do get an opportunity, that is my future plan, my future project. I want to uh, educate, give them these lessons, that why education is very important.
Exactly. That really impressed by your talent. We hope I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Whatever plans you have, people must get inspired and they are getting inspired. That is the reason why, we are recording this episode. And I want this message to reach thousands and millions of people to know that autism is not a kind of thing, that which is not very which is not that it is not curable or it is not manageable. It is manageable by proper kind of therapies. And
Yes,
so,
absolutely. Autism is like, if we identify, if we get identification earlier, like which teachers, and we have special educators in the class, and they guide us on this, and then we give those different type of practices in class. If we have such children in our class who are facing these issues, and we can see that progress is happening. But it's not a disease. First of all, autism is not a disease.
yes,
It's just a condition. It's just a condition, and which needs a lot of care, a lot of love, a lot of empathy, a lot of listening to them.
yes,
you know they just want love. They are just little different than other children. And if they are guided properly in a proper way, they can show a lot of improvement, a lot of improvement they can show. And me as a parent, I have witnessed that in my own child. Like, he is so good in expressing himself, but when things comes down to, pen it, He pens it so well. Like, he cannot speak it out, but he can express it so well through his writings and everything.
Really
So
amazing.
yeah, this is one of the way where children cannot express. Just tell them, okay, you write it down, you show your emotions, draw it out, and say it out, because it should not be kept inside. So that's how we have to give
Yeah,
lots of love, care to these children. And
that's
believe
great.
me, they come out so well in future. They come out so well, because
That's great.
something definitely special God has given them. And
Yes,
we as an educators have to bring that thing out. We have to bring that awareness out, that something special is there, and that's where we can work on their strengths, rather than complaining about that this is not there, this is not there, pointing it out. We have to work on their strengths, amazing
where
strengths they have.
more and more they should get educated about this thing,
Correct.
so that
Yeah.
society should stop judging those parents or those children who have this
Yes.
kind of thing. So thank you once again, Palak, for joining today's show, and it is we had an insightful conversation. I hope our listeners will get insights from the show as well, and from this episode particularly as well. So thank you once again for joining. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for inviting me and giving me such a wonderful platform. I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping that more and more awareness is there
Yes, yes.
among people, that how important the education is, and about the special children.
Special
Like,
needs
they are
children.
just they are just special. They are same, but they have just little bit of
That is the
extra.
reason they
uh,
are called special, because they need care.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly. They are same, but they are just
same.
little
Yeah,
different, and
little
we have
different.
to give them that,
That kind of
that
care, that kind of support and
yes,
motivation which they require.
correct. That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Thank you once again, Palak,
Thanks a
and
lot. Thank you
wishing
so
you all
much.
the very best for your future projects. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you.